Moving on, we have Space Dandy Season 2, which I don't have to read because sequel. Space Dandy Season 1 was pretty good. I still actually have to finish it because the group I was watching for, because I was watching the English dub for it, which I enjoyed quite a bit. It's the usual thing where I still think the Japanese voice actors are better, like they do a better job. It's just par for the course, honestly. The voice acting industry in Japan is so fucking different, infinitely more hardcore than the voice acting industry in America. So it's just really par for the course. But the point is, I think the Japanese voice actors do a better job performance-wise, but I really like that the English dub version has an adapted script. Because far too often, what makes for a bad script is the fact that they literally just translate everything for the subtitles, and then they just use the subtitle tracks as their script for the dub, which ends up failing horribly most of the time. If you ever wonder why someone's tone when they're reading lines doesn't really work half the time, it's because typically they're reading just the subtitle track, and the problem is things in English and Japanese often have different time lengths to say them. So you have people that have to speed up what they're saying or slow down what they're saying in order to match up with the length of the show, because I don't know if they're too lazy or they just can't do it production-wise or whatever, but like no, the localization crew like never edits the footage. Like they keep it the same as is, and then people just record their lines. So that's why sometimes it fucks people over, because they have to go too fast or go too slow and they can't control their tone. So it's partially not the voice actor's fault. There's still voice actors that aren't very good. But the point is, it's basically, when you have an adapted script, it works for the best, because you can match it much better to lines of dialogue you're more common to see in Western culture, which, I mean, come on. I know people always complain about localizations, but the entire point is that it makes more sense to the target audience. And I don't mean like fucking Pokemon levels, the first season of Pokemon levels of localization where they have fucking rice balls and they're like, man, this burger is great. Like, I don't mean that level of localization. I just mean general dialogue quirks, like just how things are said, stuff like that. Like the subtleties of cultural difference is important to get across for each version. Otherwise, why the fuck even bother? Like, here's the thing. Why even bother with an English voiceover if you're just gonna talk like a Japanese person? You know? Like, I mean, yeah, the words are in English, but the cultural difference is fucking weird. Which is part of the reason why people may not like English dubs for some people, because they're just like, it doesn't sound right, it's weird. But I'm lecturing about the most random fucking shit this season. Anyways, point is, first season was pretty good. It wasn't perfect. There were some issues, but the point is, like, they were just having fun, doing some ridiculous stuff. And, I believe I predicted, actually, before the first season even started, that people were gonna hold it up to, like, the standards of the second season of or, like, the second coming of Cowboy Bebop, and then they were gonna be disappointed. And, that's proved to be exactly correct. It's definitely not the second coming of Cowboy Bebop. It is a thing of its own, which I enjoy. And also the 5th episode was the best. Although, like I said, I'm still need to finish because I'm waiting for the group to finish releasing the tracks, because they were the group releasing it with the English vocal track, because I don't have the fucking time to catch it on Toonami. I'm sorry. I would if I could. But yeah, that's the thing, and I'm talking way too fucking long, so I gotta move the fuck on. There's less shows this season, but it's gonna be almost just as long because I don't know how to shut the fuck up and I lecture about the most random bullshit. Moving on, we have Sabagibu, I'm gonna go with that. The story Studio Peril Plus? The fuck does that mean? The story revolves around Momoka Sonokawa, a girl who transformed into a certain girl, transformed. I would watch a show about a girl transforming into a high school, okay? Just saying. A girl who transferred into a certain girl's high school. The club she ended up joining at school was the Sabagabu, a club that conducts survival games. Kind of reminds me of, what was the show a while ago? C3 Boo? Or something like that? C3? I think people just call it C3. I didn't actually watch the show, but I've seen plenty of footage and such from it. About how it started off, and this could be totally fucking wrong, because like I said, I didn't watch the show. This is just the perception I get from people. That talk about the show. But basically it started off with these girls, oh, it's the light airsoft gun club, oh, we do the things. and then it turned like really fucking military. By the end, it was like getting like darker and darker, and it was like getting kind of fucked up. Well, not fucked up, and like people were dying or anything, but fucked up, and it was just getting like more serious and less fluffy, or something like that. Anyways, that's what it made me think of. I kind of want to know what these survival games are. I feel like if the survival games are cool, then it would be a fun show to watch, but that profile image doesn't make me too eager. We're gonna do a survival game where we see how much cake we can eat before we die. I'm never gonna do that voice again. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch a single episode. Because all I really care about is what are these survival games. And so I kind of want to watch the show until I know what the survival games are and what kind of, like, thing they're going to bring to the show. And then after that, I don't care anymore. Or maybe I do care because they're cool. I don't fucking know. So I'm going to do that probably. And I'm going to move on because I spent way too much time on shit before. So next we have Maido Uriyasu Tekken Kazuku. The slapstick gag comedy follows a second grade boy named Kotetsu Usawagi and his misadventures with his family and friends in Urayasu City near Tokyo. Wow, that's a profile image. I like how there's still no fucking, like, credit for what studio is going to be doing this. I don't know, for some reason when I look at that profile image, I think of sumo wrestling, and I have no fucking idea why. Maybe it's just the angle that it's at. It just has a sumo wrestler face, man. Anyways, it's a slapstick gag comedy, and normally shows that like to define themselves as slapstick gag comedies usually aren't that funny. I know it's a weird thing where it's like, this show is like, don't worry, we're a slapstick gag comedy, and then they're not really that good of a slapstick gag comedy. It's usually shows that don't bother defining themselves as slapstick gag comedies are usually the ones that are actually funny. I don't really care. I mean, if it turns out it really is hilarious, which I kind of doubt, you'd be surprised how much your promo image says about your show. That's why a lot of people may be wondering, like, where is he getting all these things? Like, he just, like, goes across these shows and it feels like he contradicts himself. On some, he's like, oh, this could be good, even though it looks stupid. And then there are others that look like they could be good, but he's like, they're stupid. I don't understand. It's hard to explain psychologically, but profile pictures, or promo images say so much about your show. And I'm not an artist, so I can't really explain what it is psychologically that each of these images says to me, except on like more basic stuff like, look, the number of girls in this promo image or something like that. But just the art style of this picture just makes me think, maybe it's the fucker's face in the background or something that's like making me freak the fuck out. I don't know. But this image tells me that I'm not really gonna care that much. Just like a fucking grandma that's like dead on the ground or some shit. It's like, I don't fucking know. Like, I'll keep an ear out. If it turns out I'm horribly wrong and it's actually fucking hilarious, I'll watch it. If not, which I don't expect it to be, then I'm just gonna continue to ignore it. And I fully expect no one to watch the show and no one to talk about the show. So there you go. Moving on, we have Gekken's Shoujo Nazaki-kun. The romantic comedy story, my voice is getting strained. The romantic comedy story begins when high school student Sakura Chiyo confesses her feelings to her classmate Nozaki. Due to a misunderstanding, Nozaki thinks Sakura is just a fan of his shoujo manga work. Sakura has to convey her true feelings while her relationship with Nozoki develops. I kind of like that it's a girl who has the feelings for the guy and she's working up her, like trying to confess to him. It's like, you may think like, oh, that's sexist bullshit, when actually, no, that's actually fantastic. It's much better than when like the dude likes the chick and he like fucking forces himself on her and it's like, don't worry, she actually wants it. I like this much better. The guy's like not necessarily not interested in her, but he thinks, oh, she just likes my work, that's cool. And then she's like, no, I like you, and it's like, I don't even know what I'm saying half the time, because I'm just saying this as it comes to my head, and it's literally just like me spewing my brain out of my mouth, and my brain is kind of fucked up. So I kind of like that it's about a chick trying to tell the guy that she likes him, rather than it being the story where like the chick's like, don't worry, she does like him. That's why this sexual assault is okay, you know? So I'm actually gonna watch it, you know? It could easily be handled in a fucking stupid way that's just as bad. Don't get me wrong. But I have some hope that it could be pretty good. So I'm gonna watch it, and I hope it's good, and I enjoy it. And it'll be a show where it's, guys, won't tell you this right now. It's okay for the girl to be the person who asks the guy out. Let go of stupid masculinity social norms. It's okay. I don't know why I said that. I'm sure everyone who even watches this already understands this, and I'm just preaching to the fucking choir, but I felt like saying it, so hey. Moving on, we have Dramatical Murder! Anime adaptation of Nitro Plus's Chirals? I don't fucking know. Boys Love Adventure game. The story centers on a young man named Alba who lives with his grandmother on the island Midorijima. He works at a junk shop in the island's former residence district after Toei builds the Platinum Jail Resort on part of Midorijima and forces residents to move. Alba is content with his simple life but gets pulled into mysterious events unfolding on the island. I actually like that the promo synopsis didn't say anything about some guy wanting his dick or anything. It was just basically, hey, this guy moves to this island where his grandmother is, and, like, he works at this junk shop, and then shit gets fucked up, and things happen. And I'm kind of interested, because it seems to be more plot-focused rather than look at these guys make out focused. Like, too often, yaoi shows seems more focused on, hey, look at these guys with pointy chins make out with each other and, like, sexually assault each other. But this is actually, like, a plot thing, and I kind of like that, you know? I don't mind if there are gay characters in my plot. I don't care. It's just when the show or porn or whatever the fuck I'm watching tries to make me self-insert when I'm like, I can't do that, I'm sorry. It's just psychologically not possible for me. I'm sorry. I spend way too much time ranting about stupid shit that no one fucking cares about. Go fuck yourself, Ryoka. No one fucking gives a shit. Move the fuck on. Okay, voice in my head and people yelling at their screen probably. I will do exactly that. Moving on, we have Jinsei. I almost said it was being adapted by Feel because I felt like that was necessary information, and it really isn't. The story centers around Yuki Akamatsu, a boy who joins the staff of his school's second newspaper? They have a first newspaper? What's the difference between a first newspaper and a second newspaper? I don't understand. Now I just want to watch the show to see what the fuck the difference is between a first and second newspaper. Anyways, the editor-in-chief, Ayaka Nikaido, immediately assigns him to the life... all according to Keikaku. Just when words fucking... This is even weirder because it's already in English, and then they're like, hey, let's put the Japanese word because fuck it. It's like, why? That wasn't even necessary. I get it. The life advice column, I know what that is. Why are you telling me it means the Jinsei is life? Like, I don't care. Like, it literally does not do anything for me. I don't understand. No one cares about translation lessons, Ryoga. Move on. 3 girls, the science representative, Rino Endo, the liberal arts representative, Fumi Kujo, and the physical education representative, Ikumi Suzuki, answer questions from students about whatever is troubling them. I kind of like the premise. I don't like the promo art. Because the promo art seems like it's just gonna be basically guy goes into school newspaper and girls like want his dick. That's just what that promo art tells me. Sorry. Honestly, it's probably not even gonna be a harem. It's just basically gonna be this guy surrounded by cute girls and they're gonna give cute advice about cute things. Or maybe not. I don't know. But this promo art is advertising, look how cute these girls are. You can even tell because they're like this faint glow effect kind of going on. Or maybe that's just the chart itself doing that. I don't fucking know. But there's like this glow thing going on because of the white background. And it's like, oh man, look how fucking cute they are. So it's completely advertising cute girls. And it's like, well, okay, it's going to be about cute girls then. So I don't really care that much. I don't know. I'll give it I can give it the benefit of the doubt, because let's be honest, sometimes people could just fuck up their promo material, and sometimes people put purposely misleading promo material out. Those cases are actually quite fun. Anyways, point is, I'm going to give this a shot to see if because I like the idea of like these people giving life advice and then maybe being horribly unqualified to give life advice. I kind of want to see how that turns out and how they work with that. And if it's just stupid, look at cute girls give cute advice stuff, then I don't care. Moving on, we have Hana Yamada. Ordinary in looks, ordinary in brains, ordinary in arts and athletics. We get it, she's ordinary. 14-year-old Naru Sekiya is just ordinary in every way. Naru leads an ordinary day-to-day life as she adores heroines. She as she adores heroin. She embarks on a path to an unordinary world called Yosakoi dance, guided by an exotic fairy-like girl she met one moonlit evening. So you know how the last one might be about cute girls doing cute things with like this guy that's around watching them do it? This is gonna basically be cute girls doing cute things and men don't exist. Like, period. Maybe with some exception. Like 1 or 2, like maybe a random background character. I don't fucking know. But just look at that promo art. They're like, man, look at all these fucking girls we have. Look at how fucking cute they all are. Look at them all glow and shit. Look at all these fucking flowers and shit. Fucking subtle imagery doing shit to your brain. And there were people thinking there wouldn't be cute girls doing stupid cute girl crap this season. It's right here. If you're someone who last season watched that fucking... what was it? That cute girl cafe show? This is basically your show for the season. Here you go. Here's your sequel. Y'all didn't think there would be another one just like it this season, but here you go. This is why you wait until the last minute to do these previews, because these updates bring out the shows that you wouldn't notice before. I don't even fucking know. Anyways, moving on. We have Himigoto. The story revolves around. The story follows Hime Arikawa, a boy who is being chased down by scary people. I just love how it's defined just by scary people. It's like, well, what if they're just misunderstood? What if they're actually not scary? Anyways, however, he is rescued from danger by the girls and his school student council, 18 Kinsan, President Ungo, and Beru Senpai. Who the fuck's name is 18 Kinsan? The fuck does that even mean? The student council will assume Arikawa's debt under one condition. As the student council's dog, you will spend your high school life in women's clothes. So, basically, it's about a dude walking around dressed up as a chick. In a way, this might be the show for you after the Bunny Cafe show. More cute girls, but one of them's a dude being a dude looks like a lady. So I don't know. I probably don't care because it's just I can tell you right now, like the entire show is probably just going to be based around trap jokes. It's like practically a thing. Right there. Although one kudos I will give is that I'm assuming the guy is the one in front in the promo image because that just makes most fucking sense. He does not look embarrassed. He looks like he's actually happy and enjoying himself. Maybe he's just brainwashed. I don't fucking know. But the fact that he's actually doing this and isn't embarrassed about it means it may not actually be a comedy. Maybe he just does it and is like coming. Maybe it'll be a show about him coming to terms with the fact that he identifies as a woman. Maybe it'll be about transgenderism. I don't fucking know. Maybe it will be. Anyways, I probably won't give it a shot. It'll probably devolve into stupid, dumb comedy. Making fun of traps, which is just kind of insulting to transgender and transsexual people when you really think about it. And usually just aren't that funny of jokes to begin with. Like, oh, he has a penis. Oh. It's like, wow, that was the greatest joke I've ever heard. So I'm probably not going to give it a shot, but I'll keep my ear out as I usually do. And if it's pretty good, then I'll keep it up. Like, and I'm not lying when I say that. I've heard pretty good things about Selector Infected Wixhoffs from last season, so when I have some time, which is almost never, I'm going to try and fit it in and, like, get through the 12 episodes, I think it's 12 episodes long, or maybe 13, before the second season airs, I think, next season, because I've heard good things. So, see, I do keep my ears out. I do listen for stuff. Anyways, all I can say about this show is I know for sure the fucking Dojins are gonna, or Dojins, I don't fucking know. They're gonna explode. Like, this is fucking, like, grade A Dojin material right here. Dojin material. I'm just gonna say both. Like, it's obvious. Like, you can just, come on, the material writes the fucking self here. Anyways, moving on. We have Rei Hamatora, sequel to the Hamatora TV series, so I don't have to read the synopsis. I actually still need to finish Hamatora. It's one of the shows from that season I fell behind on, which was quite a few. What other shows did I fall asleep on that season? I actually have, like, some stuff right here. I still need to finish Sekai Seifuku, another show that I kept my ear out and I heard was good, so I picked it up. I had to finish Pupa, although I purposely waited for it to end so I could marathon it. I had to finish Magical Warfare. God, that show was awful. I don't want to do it. I'm probably just going to end up dropping it. It's so fucking bad. Hoseki no Tetsu, I never finished that. I might end up dropping that, because it's okay, but it's not that great. And I think that's it, from that season at least. So, I still need to finish Hamatora. I'm going to do my best to finish it up before this second season airs, which is pretty fucking soon, so maybe I won't be able to do it in time, but I can pick it up shortly after, maybe. I enjoyed what I've watched so far of Hamatora. I think I actually stopped right after I don't think it wasn't really a plot twist so much as it was like a twist in the story. In the most recent episode, so it's kind of a weird stopping point, but I like it. It's not. It has its issues. It's mainly it doesn't fucking know what tone it's going for at all. But it's pretty neat. I like it. It's not perfect. I'm probably gonna forget it shortly after it's done airing, but for now it's not that bad. So I'll finish up the first season when I get the chance and watch the second season. Anyways, moving on, we have Ao Haru Ride. Ao Haru Ride revolves around Futaba, a girl who was in love with a boy named Kao Tanaka in middle school. However, after misunderstanding, their relationship as friends ends when he transfers schools over summer vacation. In high school, her world is turned around once again when she meets Ko again, this time under the name of Ko Mabuchi. I'm kind of a sucker for this romance shit. Okay, not really. I don't know. I like when characters struggle with things. It should be obvious. And this is like, this is grade A characters struggling with things. However, the misunderstanding that it talks about may be fucking stupid. Like, just as fucking stupid as the 1 and 1 Week Friends. Anyways, I'll give it a shot and give it a go. If it's stupid crap and just, like, you can have misunderstandings and stuff like that work, it just needs to be done well, and most of the time it's not. It's just done for plot convenience. Well, convenience in throwing a wrench and stuff, but when it's something that's as dumb as... When it's something that's dumb enough to make you think, why didn't they just talk it out? Or, wow, this is so fucking convenient that they just happened to misunderstand each other. It was like, when it's less likely for them to when it's less likely that a misunderstanding will happen and more likely that, you know, they won't misunderstand what's going on, and it's just like, you know, that 1 fucking % chance they have of misunderstanding something, that's dumb. I don't know. The point is, I'll give it a shot. It could be fucking stupid for all I know, but I like writing my own fucking death warrants, so fuck it. Give it a shot. See how it goes. Moving on, we have Momo-kyun's sword, which is pretty fucking amusing because I like to think it is Momo-kyun Ugu sword, so I like to think that the sword is kawaii and talks and stuff. Anyways, the story begins with a female reimagining of Momotaro, a famous character in Japanese folklore. Big fucking surprise there. Momoko is a young sword fighter who was born inside a peach, Momo in Japanese. She lives with her companions. Why did I need to know? I guess it explains the title, so that kind of makes sense, I guess. Maybe it's still not really necessary, whatever. She lives with her companions, the dog god Inugami, the monkey god Sarugami, and the pheasant god Kijigami, in a peaceful paradise. However, a demon army led by Devil King, not led by a Devil King, invades the paradise and steals the precious treasure that protects Momoko's land. To retrieve the treasure and save the people, Momoko embarks on a great adventure with blah 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 blah. No one cares. Japan has way too much of a hard-on for adapting Japanese folklore and Japanese historical figures into, recently, women. But just in general, just dumb crap. It worked in something like Nobunaga the Fool because it was just fucking absurd to begin with and didn't just adapt Nobunaga. It adapted both Eastern and Western folklore. Like, there's fucking Caesar and fucking Brutus and King Arthur and Joan of Arc and all kinds of fucking crazy shit. So it was all kinds of shit being adapted into like one conglomerate of what the fuck is going on. Holy shit, this is using Caesar is fighting Nobunaga. What the fuck am I watching? So it was funny. But this is like serious, like, oh, let's just take these historical figures and make it a thing. Also, again, promo art psychology. I'm willing to bet you the one on the right is obviously the main character with the sword and shit. And the one on the left is the Devil King. Devil King actually being a woman. It could just be one of her compatriots, because sometimes this is just really zoomed in some random zoomed in art. So like maybe it's just one of the gods that's like she's friends with or whatever. And like the others are like next to her and you just can't see them because again, zoomed in image. I don't fucking know. But if this is an original image, then I'm willing to bet the one on the left is the Devil King, which is like, oh hey look, it's a fucking world surrounded by buxom ladies. They definitely won't use this for fan service at all. I don't really care. Moving on. We have Love Stage. The story revolves around Izumi Sena, a boy born into a family of ultra-famous entertainers. However, he is the only member of the family who is not in the entertainment industry, and he is a super otaku college student too. He's been striving hard to become a manga creator, but he ends up starring in a television commercial. He eventually crosses paths again with the very famous actor Ryuma, who becomes aware of his attraction towards Izumi. And that is a fucking straight-up rape face on the dude on the left's face. Just saying. Like, this is what I'm talking about when we're talking about normal yaoi stuff. Like, guys with fucking pointy chins and sexual assault, basically. Like, the dude on the right even is dressed up like a chick. And it's just like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? He's gonna be the fucking passive little thing because he's got a short stature and looks like a lady. And he's just gonna do stuff. And then the fucking dude on the right's gonna be like, I want you to star in my work as the lead actor. And then, like, things happen. Sexual things. Very sexual things. There will also be lots of touching. And it's kind of like, I want to bring back this thing again. Dramatical Murder feels like it's a story about the things happening, and then it just so happens that some dude falls for another dude. I'm fine with that. This seems like it's a story based around making Fujoshi wet, which I'm not okay with. The material isn't as important as what you're using it for. And when it's blatant, pandering bullshit that's creepy, that's a problem. When it's just like, hey, these guys are gay and whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter, they love each other. That's great. Good for them. It's not meant to pander to people. It's just it's just what it is. That's great. I mean, you can focus on it without it being pandering, but can you look at this promo material and tell me with a fucking straight face that this won't be pandering to Fujoshi and won't have, like, creepy sexual shit in it? Like, I fucking dare you, because you can't. Yeah, you can't. Anyways, moving on. We have Fate Calliot Liner, a sequel to the Fate... I watched the first season of this, and it was actually surprisingly enjoyable. I liked the first few episodes a lot more than as it was coming to its end. That was the thing. I liked the first couple episodes because it was actually pretty amusing. And then as it went on, it started to take itself more seriously and as a result get dumber because of it. So, on the one hand, I want to watch the second season because I enjoyed the first more than I expected. But on the other hand, if it's going to continue that transition from, you know, less serious funny stuff into dark edginess, then I don't care. So, anyways. I'll give it a shot. If like I said, if it continues the stupid, dumb crap, then I'll just drop it. Whatever. I don't care. Moving on, we have Magamoji Rurumo. The magical slapstick comedy, oh goody, begins with Kota Shibaki, the #1 pervert of his school, and some magical tickets that suddenly arrive for him. Rurumo, an apprentice witch who was demoted from a full witch, is training with these tickets in the human world. Shibaki can use these tickets to grant wishes that Rurumo must perform as part of her training. The catch is that each used ticket shortens Shibaki's life. See, I kind of like that twist at the end, how each ticket shortens his life. So that's kind of cool. But, you know, it's... When you start off with, hey, it's a magical slapstick comedy, it's that thing I mentioned where it's like you don't really need to, like, go out of your way to say what you are. You know, you can just use that through your synopsis. You know, because that's the thing. When you have slapstick comedies in normal-ish kind of settings or just generic fantasy settings, it's like, you kind of want the setting to help reflect the absurdity, which makes it funnier. So normally you don't need to say you're a slapstick comedy. The setting itself is ridiculous. Look at fucking Rail Wars! It's obviously fucking absurd, and there's just a bunch of fucking railroad companies going against each other. Obviously it's gonna be, like, lighthearted and comedic, and it didn't need to say that it was lighthearted and comedic, because it's fucking obvious. This is like, hey, just so you know, because you might be fucking stupid, because... you know, we don't think the audience knows how to think, we're just going to tell you it's a slapstick comedy instead of making an actual slapstick comedy kind of setting and then, you know, having it just be obvious through the synopsis. And then also the other problem is Kota Shibaki, #1 pervert of school, because that obviously leads to magical slapstick comedy of the highest order, obviously. Like, look at this fucking promo image. Do you think she's wearing fucking pants in those promo? I mean, not pants. Panties. Do you think she's wearing panties in those promo image? Because I really doubt that. which really says a lot about your show. When your promo image is a little fucking girl and she's not even wearing panties, you know what you're in for. Nothing you want to be in for. Moving on, we have Yama no Susume second season, which is a sequel to the Yama no Susume TV series. I don't even remember this. I feel like I've probably maybe covered this in a season review, or maybe this was a long time ago that had the first season and I just fucking forgot about it. I don't even know. I know I didn't watch it, but I don't even remember it, period. I'm gonna have to look this up or something after I'm done. It's the second season to something that I didn't watch, so I probably won't be watching it, and if you watch the first season, here's your second season. It's, yay, more of whatever the hell this is. Congratulations! Next we have I My Me Muso Catastrophe, which is a sequel to the I My Me TV series. Another series I forget nothing about, and I probably purposely made myself forget it. So, here's your second season. If you enjoyed the I My Me TV series, here is your sequel to the I My Me TV series. You're welcome. Moving on, we have Persona 4 The Golden Animation, which I'm just going to read the first little bit. The anime will retell the events of the first television anime series, but will include the new character Mari. So, fun fact, I watched the first few episodes of the Persona 4 animation series, and got pretty bored. I didn't really care that much, so I just stopped watching. And this is going to be weird to say, because, I mean, as far as, like, fan bases go, the anime and video game fan base overlaps pretty well, but there's also a decent amount of people that watch anime that don't really care too much for video games. But, like, the one thing anime watchers love is the Persona series. It's also the one series, not the one series, but it's also a series that I don't actually care for. Partially because I've never played one, maybe that's it, but from what I've seen, and I've seen people play them too, it just doesn't seem like the kind of game I would enjoy. I don't, as just a standard kind of thing, I don't like when games have like 50 billion different options for you to do in combat. Like, let's take for example, Fire Emblem. That's just a fucking great game. You go up to an enemy and you fucking hit them, and the only thing you really change is what weapon you use to hit them with. Either a stronger weapon of the same type, or you switch types, if you can, with your unit type, in order to do the most damage. And that I like. When it's like pre-combat meditation, when you have a bunch of stuff, like you have different units that have different stats, and the different units can use different weapons, and you have to maximize them for use with whatever enemies you're fighting, I'm fine with that. But when you're actually in a fight, and there's like 5 billion different things you can do, I'm just like, oh, it's too much thinking. I mean, I know this is making me sound like the dumbest fucking person alive, and it's just like, I don't like when things give me choices. I don't know. It's just the presentation, I guess, behind it that I don't like. I don't like being clusterfucked with information all at once, which is kind of contradictory to what I said about the pre-planning, but that's not necessarily all at once. You're just kind of like, here's a problem, solve it. Whereas, I don't know, I'm just making myself sound stupid and talking about shit that no one fucking cares about, Ryoga, move on. I'm gonna give this a shot, because I didn't care for the first series, but I may as well give this one a shot, because it's a retelling, and maybe I'll like it better this time. The person, Seiji Kishi, directed the first one, and he's working as, like, the advisory director for this one, I believe. And it's a different director that worked on, I believe it was explained as the important episodes, or, like, the big episodes. The guy who directed those episodes from the original animation is doing the whole entire directing for this one, which I think people are happy about. I don't know. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I would not be surprised if it ends up just as boring as I thought the original season was. But hey, who knows?